playing football is like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It gives you something to do. Like, football is like, it's more than a game to me. Like, it's like a part of my life. Like, without football, like, football is what I handle my problems through. Like, when anything I'm feeling, I play football. Like, it's basically my medicine, like, for a doctor. If I were to play football, I'd feel better about myself and stuff like that.
I'm going to ask you to kind of like walk me through a typical day for you during football season, or even a typical week.
A typical week?
Yeah.
Or
a typical school day and then a typical weekend.
A typical school day would be like, you wake up, obviously, dress up, go to school, and you meet, you have fun, like, you talk to your friends, like, lunch is great. You go to class, you learn a little, and then you focus on football after.
Learn a little.
Yeah, I don't know, you're supposed to be a student athlete, and then you go to practice after school. It's like that every day. And then the weekends, it's like, sometimes we have games on the weekends, and sometimes we don't. You stay focused for that weekend or Saturday that the game is on, and we have practice on Sundays. Then you back to regular schedule, and then it repeats like every week. I actually don't have no free periods. Like, my free periods, I use them for TV production because I'm the president down there. So I do like producing and editing stuff for the 5th period. Basically everything that we do at school, like, say if it's like Spirit Day or say if it's like Halloween, we take all those clips and pictures and you put them together and you make a project so kids can remember what happened during that day.
So then you squeeze in TV production in the middle of the day, then go to practice.
Yes.
And then what time do you get home from practice typically?
On a regular day, probably like 5:36.
As opposed to what other kind of day?
On a like a walkthrough, we probably get home at like 4:30.
Oh, okay.
The walkthroughs is the day before a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you get home. What do?
I eat. Most of the times I watch film on the team that we're playing, and then I get some sleep.
And I'm sure you get some homework in there.
Oh, well, homework, yeah. Homework. And then I talk to the wife, and then...
yeah.
And then I go to sleep.
I'm sorry, you talk to who?
The wife.
He's making a joke.
No, I'm playing my girl. I feel like if I didn't have sports, I'd feel like I just feel like nothing. Like, without it, like, I can't imagine myself not playing sports or not doing something after school. Like, for most people, they go home right after school. Like, it feels like you do nothing with your life. Like, I have to do all that. It feels good, like, to have something to do after school. Like, everybody, like, the regular TV show Jock is different. Like, we don't bully nobody, and, like, we play, but, like, we're not dumb. Like, to be on the team, you have to play smart, and you have to actually know your place. So being dumb is something that would not be on the team at all. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, my mother died when I was, like, 4. So I was living with my godparents for a little bit, for, like, a couple months. And then I moved in with my aunt and uncle, who I live with right now. And for my whole life, I knew them. I knew them as my real parents, never knowing that my mother had died. So she always telling me that she was my real mother. But at age of 13, she finally told me that my real mother died when I was younger. So that's when I really found out. At first, like, you can't really do nothing about it because I didn't know my real mother. I don't have no memories of her. That's like one picture I have that I always look at. But it's good to be loved by family still. Like, I wasn't adopted by, like, another family who didn't like me, but she treated me like a real mother, so I love it too. Yeah. It definitely teaches you, like, you can't, like, be mad or like, you can't have anger inside of you for something that happened. Like, people do things for the best, and I guess that was her position. Like, she didn't want to tell me too early for me to, like, without her telling me that, I don't think I'd play sports and stuff like that, because I was always confused as a child, because people would always tell me she wasn't my mother, and people would tell me that she was my mother. So growing up, I was a little confused, and then when she told me, it was just like my life got focused, and I was all good.
So it sounds like you've gotten a lot more confident and happier over time.
Yeah, definitely happier. Like, I felt like there was no point in doing anything. Like, nothing interested me or nothing like that. Once she told me, like, I felt like I focused my life, and playing football, playing sports was what I wanted to do. Like, I actually found a plan for what I wanted to do with my life, rather than trying to find out who was really my mom or who was really my dad. I actually tried out for the junior high team, the East junior high team, which was midgets, and I didn't make it because I was too overweight. And I came here and played freshman year, first year. I was too big. I was 25 pounds overweight. The weight limit was like 175, and it was like, you're too big unless you shed all these pounds. Like, I came running with like plastic bags to lose weight, but it never worked out. I grew taller I mean, I didn't lose the weight. I just grew into it.
How tall are you now?
I'm 6 feet.
Oh my goodness. Tell me about, your interest in the TV station. Like, is this something that you want to do?
Yeah, definitely like to do that in the future if I could. It's fun, like making videos and like producing and stuff like that. It's definitely something I'm interested in. Like I've always been into like editing and like making a funny video for people to watch or to be behind that is a lot of fun. My dream job, definitely to play in the NFL.
For who?
Titans.
Really?
Yes.